Hey everyone, I thought I'd do this a little differently. Um, on the 22nd of August, we decided it was time to pick the Chancellor grapes. These grapes could have used another week or two on the vine. They were sitting at about 19 bricks. I would have liked to have seen them about 22 bricks, which is 22% sugar. But with the upcoming Labor Day weekend and having to ferment the grapes on the skins before we pressed, left us no choice but to pick a little early and have to do just a little capitalization with some sugar to bring the sugar content up to 21 bricks. So John and I started picking, and then Carly showed up just after I stopped taping the picking process, and I've sped this way up for you folks so it's not so boring. We picked 3 rows and got about 500 pounds of grapes out of the 3 rows, which was a fantastic harvest for the third year from these vines. Next year, there'll be 4 full rows in production, and we're planning 2 more rows next spring. So, in a few more years, we'll have 6 rows, and we'll be pulling close to 3/4 of a ton of grapes off those 6 rows of Chancellor grapes. Now, after we picked the grapes, they were picked into 5-gallon buckets and dumped into big tubs. And those tubs, when they were full, were taken to the barn. And we picked about 4 tubs worth, which is 125 pounds a tub, which works out to about 500 pounds total grapes that we picked. So after the grapes are picked with red wine, you destem and crush the grapes, and then you will ferment them on the skin. So the next videos you'll see, which I've sped some up again, is John, Carly, and I working on crushing grapes. And Jacob showed up for a little bit to talk and tell us a couple stories. So as we were crushing, you'll see we're loading them in by hand. And yes, our crusher is a hand-operated crusher. At some point, I do want to mechanize it and put a motor on it. But we need to get power to the barn before we do that. So as we're crushing the grapes, the stems are removed, and a small percentage of the stems do make it back into that crush, which is okay because that helps add some tannin to the wine. After everything was crushed, the grapes were then loaded into fermenters, and chemistry was checked. A little bit of sugar was added, like I had said, and yeast was added, yeast nutrients were added, and we fermented the grapes. I did not take any videos of the grapes being fermented. I do apologize for that. We were in a rush getting ready for our Labor Day trip. With that, I will say have a great day and keep an eye out. I will post a video of us pressing the grapes after they were finished fermenting. That's it for now. Take care from the ranch.